stupid. What? She went. Oh, she's scared of cold. She think you gonna tell me that I killed myself, bitch? You got your fucking mind. Is you stupid? Is you dumb? You stupid, bitch. You're trying to say you're dumb. Hey you guys, I've been dealing with some tension in my building. My property manager making me scared of going into the elevator. Like maybe something's gonna happen to you if you go into the elevator. Maybe something's gonna happen to you if you go into the gym. And I think they wanna make it seem like, hey, she never came out her apartment, something happened to her. But nothing ever happened to me, you guys. Nothing ever happened to me. These people, they pass by my door every day. Every day. Stomping on the ground, doing this on the ground, doing everything on the ground. Hitting the floor hard. Having dogs barking with their noise campaigns, right? Trying to put fear into my body. Hey, if you come out, something bad's gonna happen to you, right? So they want to create like, hey, she was depressed. She never came out her apartment. She was scared of us. She felt like something was gonna happen to her, right? So they want to put something on my door to make it seem like, hey, she was depressed. She just ended it all. She was probably on drugs. She probably had financial issues, da 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 da. They want to make it seem like, hey, she did something bad to herself. This woman has the neighbors following me, everybody following me. Now all of a sudden, right, they want to create a depression to make it seem like, hey, she was just depressed. She was crazy. You know, she felt like everybody was after her. She was depressed anyways. We're and that's what they were gonna do. The maintenance people have access to my door. The property manager lives next to my door, right? She wants to make it seem as if like, hey, somebody's out to get you, you know? Somebody's out to get you. Da 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 da. Ain't nobody out to get me, y'all. Ain't nobody out to get me. I'm just putting my phone down for 1 second. But this is what I've been dealing with for a year now, and I just realized. But anyways, basically, I mess with a narcissist. I mess with a narcissist, and I mess with a narcissist, right? And basically, what happens is now she feel like she got a point to prove. She feel like she got to make an example. She feel like she got to fix her ego. So she's had all these proxies, you know, working. I feel like allegedly to make me look very bad, to make me look unstable, to make me feel like, hey, you're being followed, you're being watched, you're being surveillance. This information is going to be used against you, right? So my thing is, I don't like these maintenance people. I've had to write emails about them that they've been making me uncomfortable in my building, right? She wants to put fear in my body, so it's like, hey, she never came out her apartment. She was scared of everybody. She was scared of the elevator. She was scared of the gym. She was scared of everything. Ultimately, I think she did something to herself. I think she probably took drugs. You know, I've seen her boyfriend go to the weed shop. Maybe he got something bad and he gave it to her and said, hey, she did something to herself. And these maintenance people have had access to my door, tampering with my door, tampering with my door, you know, to make it seem like, hey, hey, we can touch your door. We can come inside your apartment. We could, do some, maybe we could do something to you, right? And so it makes the person feel like, hey, I can't come outside my apartment. What if somebody does something to me? So they want me to walk around with like a camera in my hand, or, oh, I'm scared of everything. I'm scared using an elevator. So they can create this, hey, she's paranoid of us. Look at how she's acting. Look at how she's acting. Look how she's staring at my door. But really, it doesn't matter how strange I act. At the end of the day, guess what? She needs a reaction. Hey, Sydney. Guys, ask questions. Please ask questions because I know I'm all over the place. What I've been going through is group stalking at my building. I upsetted a new property manager. Her property, then she hired her sister. Her sister came into the building, started living next to me for 8, 9 months. Her sister studied me for 8, 9 months to see my strengths and weaknesses. She's seen that I didn't have any family. She's seen that I didn't have any friends. So I had no one to attest to my emotional well-being, right? So she felt like, hey, I can just make this woman feel paranoid, feel like everybody's after her. And then when she finally goes and tells the police station, right, it'll look like, hey, she's going crazy. She's going mad. She think everybody's out to get her. I'm keeping the building safe from her. I don't even know, Sydney. I'm not even okay. I'm not gonna lie, Sydney. I have 3 buildings. It seems as if, and I have to be allegedly here because I don't have hardcore evidence against this woman. I have circumstantial evidence and I have a personal view of what I feel like's been going on with me in this building, right? So I live right next to this property manager, right next to her. So if anything happens to me, y'all better look at this bitch because I know it's her. And I'm trying not to get emotional because this is my life we're talking about. And I have to sound like I'm in my emotional well-being, even though I feel like my life is in danger, right? Yesterday I had went to the gym. I went to the gym early, around 8 a.m. I went downstairs to my apartment. Downstairs to my apartment gym. And I noticed as I was walking down too, the elevator wasn't working. Mind you, the elevators always works. But I went downstairs and I seen 2 people. Those were her proxies. And then she had a maintenance person sitting down in her office, just in dark clothes, trying to look intimidating as much as possible. And when I'm walking back finally after my workout, I seen 2 maintenance people come out slowly out the elevator like it's some movie type shit and zip up his sweater. And they're both staring at me, trying to intimidate me. Mind y'all, I haven't seen anybody on this floor for the past 2 days. Not a dog, not a human, not anybody. She's a full on, yes, please, thank you for subbing, Sydney. I need as much witnesses as possible. I'm really coming to you guys not to believe me because I know this situation is not something where it doesn't sound believable, right? Why would 3 buildings coordinate a campaign to destroy your life, right? But as you know, guys, there's a lot of people talking about gang stalking, group stalking. It's actually become very popular. It's actually become very popular. Gang stalking has become it's a really a known thing, and it's very popular in the suburbs, places where people feel like, oh, good morning, hello, places where people feel like they can monitor you. So basically all 3 buildings, they go into conferences, they sit down and talk about how they could make me look paranoid. It didn't matter how many times I changed my routines to go to the gym, I would see the same individual, or I would always see the same individual. I'm like, well, I'm not working right now, and I know this person probably has a job. How are they able to switch their routine just like that It doesn't make sense, right? So when you're a targeted individual, you cannot do drugs, you cannot do alcohol, you cannot associate with any proxies, any monetary spirits, because they're going to feed it back to the gang leader. And that's what it is. It's really a cult. And they get, and you might say, well, why would somebody do all of this? Why would somebody go to so much effort to try to destroy one person's life? Why would all these people come against you? They don't even know you. What motive do they have? They're getting paid by gift cards. Look this up. This is what the Germany people used back in times of war. They use this method. Police officers, FBI's, a lot of people who don't want. Yeah, I know you're gonna say I sound crazy, David. I know you don't. Sydney, it's okay, Sydney. Sydney, he's not gonna believe me. That's what they want. They want me to sound crazy. That's what I'm saying. They want me to sound crazy. They want to create an unbelievable situation where it sounds in like an insanity claim. And David, people like you, that's why that's why people like me don't want to come online and say anything, because they're going to say, hey, this person's crazy. This person think that everybody's after her. But it doesn't really matter. Yeah, David, it's working. That's their goal. That's their goal, David. They want me to tell people like you so I can go into a mental institution. But at the end of the day, it's not going to work, because guess what? They need my reaction. It's not enough to have witnesses and say, hey, this person's making us feel unsafe, right? You have to get a reaction, right? To say that I'm unstable. You have to get a reaction. You have to get a reaction. So if I haven't given them an emotional reaction as of yet, they have nothing. She can have 20,000 witnesses, right? If she doesn't get a reaction, and trust me, they've been trying to get a reaction. They've been trying to get a reaction by sending the maintenance people to use a universal remote so he can access my TV and try to turn off my music, because they've been using the garbage bins as a way to create extra noise. How do I know this? That sounds insane. They're just doing their job. No, they're not. I've been here for 3 years. Right? So I know what it sounds like when somebody's taking out garbage. That's bullshit. It's unnecessary noise for no fucking reason. You get what I'm saying to you? It's unnecessary noise for no fucking reason, right? And ever since my boyfriend had me take off my camera because he says, "Oh, you're being paranoid. Nobody's after you," right? That's what they want. They want all your relationships, all your friendships to disintegrate, to destabilize, so they can get to you. That's what it's all about. They want to ruin everything for you. That's what happens when you're a targeted individual. You lose jobs, you lose opportunities, you lose friends. No one believes you. No one believes you. Everybody believes in chosen ones, but they don't believe that chosen ones can be targeted because they're different, because they don't kiss the narcissist's ass. No one can believe that. Makes no sense, right? Makes no sense. I've come from my gym workouts. I had my door tampered with. My door is open, right? So then now if I go complain against a maintenance person I already complained against for him making me uncomfortable, then I look like a disgruntled tenant. Then I look like, oh, you feel like everybody's out to get you. And this is what the narcissist does, right? The narcissist creates an unbelievable situation that nobody would believe, right? So then when you finally go complain about that narcissist, guess what? Everybody's gonna side with that narcissist, because why? Well, the narcissist always treated me good, right? I don't have the experiences with that narcissist. You're the problem. You're the issue. And when you have police officers, when you have all these authorities that are meant to help the victim, they're going to help the narcissist, because why? Your situation sounds unbelievable, right? And that's what narcissists do. And it's not for you to believe me. It's for the people who want to wake up and understand how the real world operates and how narcissists operate. Most of the people who get into these leadership positions, why do you feel like these people have chosen you? Oh, David, I would love to tell you why. When I first are you and David, please stay around. If you really want to know, I don't mind telling you, even if you're messing with me. I don't mind telling you. When I first moved here, was 3 years ago, 3, 4 years ago, I had a great property manager, Great property manager. He was great. He was amazing. Shortly after, unfortunately, they transferred him to somewhere else. A woman came in and took his position, right? All of a sudden, things started to change in the gym. The TV program was cut off. The old property manager, I heard through the grapevines, to the super at the time, that he was trying to get the program connected back. And the new property manager refused, right? And I was the only person using the gym at the time. So it kind of felt like, damn, like she knows I use the gym. Why is she cutting off the program, right? It felt directed, but I didn't have any proof. And shortly after, the super kept coming up to me, telling me how basically this woman is lying on everybody in the office, making up lies. People were getting fired left, right in this building. Left, right, and center. Left, right, and center. Right? And all of a sudden now, she's gone. Her sister comes moving next to us. I didn't even know that woman was related until my boyfriend came back to me and said, hey, this woman is related to the new property manager, right? Shortly after that property manager leaves, this woman has been here for 8-9 months, didn't go to work, didn't do nothing at all, studied me for 8-9 months. Well, how do you know she was studying you? She never left her apartment. Doors make noise. I didn't work at the time, so I knew. My boyfriend didn't work. We work from home, right? So I knew that, right? So that being said now, and they're trying to distract me right now with their fucking street theater. With that being said now, right? She studied me for 8-9 months, knew my strengths. She had access to all surveillance. Why? How does she have access to all this surveillance, Jessica? She had access to this surveillance because her sister was the property manager. You get what I'm saying to you? Her sister was the property manager. So that's how she was able to know my strengths and weaknesses. And she had access to my relationship because she knew my in and outs, because she lived right next to me, right? Now she assumes a position. Now all of a sudden I'm hearing knocks on the wall. She's slamming doors. She's making her presence known, like, hey, bitch, I'm here. I run this shit now. I don't give a fuck if you don't like my sister. I don't give a fuck if you don't like me. You know how women, we talk in code. For the woman, right? Type in the comments if there's any woman here. You know how women, we talk in code when we don't like each other, right? So all of a sudden, I'm hearing knocks on the wall every week. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, every time this bitch knocking on the wall when she got a bad day. I said, you know what? Maybe it's her relationship. I do hear arguments all the time. Maybe she's going through something, right? Come to find out, I did call the cops on her. I said, hey, can you do a mental weird check on my neighbor? She's always knocking on my wall. I know she's trying to signal to me that something's wrong with her, right? So then the cops finally came here. Obviously, with a narcissist, they're going to put their mask on. Oh, yeah, everything is fine. Everything is great. Shortly after the cops left, right? And this is this is in the system, like that a police officer went to her apartment. So if anybody can find that information, know that, listen, it's in the records, okay? So her boyfriend went off on her, said, hey, I told you to fucking stop. I told you you needed fucking help. And I have that recording. Now, unfortunately, due to privacy reasons, I don't think it's a good time, nor do I think it's appropriate to share that video unless I edited it somehow, right? So that being said, that's when she started to make herself known. She started to make herself known. Hi, Sydney. She started to make herself known, her presence known. She had all the maintenance people when they were cleaning. They're using a vacuum. They're using the vacuum to hit the wall. To hit the wall. You get what I'm saying to you? That's what she's trying to do. That's what she's trying to do, right? She's trying to get the maintenance people to hit the wall, to make it feel like, so I can come out there and say, hey, stop hitting my wall. Stop doing this. That's what she wants, right? Then she got the black bitch. She moved in a new black girl next door to me. She hits my bedroom wall with me and my boyfriend. But with men, they don't pick up certain noises. Women, we're hypersensitive. We pick up noises because why? We've been designed to pick up danger, right? And so, these are just some methods that I'm putting in the situation. It's really a long story. It's really This situation is so long, it's going to take a 1 hour. A lot of people aren't going to believe it. Because there's days when I get up, you guys, I don't even believe it. I don't believe it. I don't even believe it because I can't believe that this is happening to me. But this is what happens when somebody wants you off the earth, but they don't want to touch you. You get what I'm saying to you? They don't want to touch you. You get what I'm saying? They don't want to touch you. They don't want to touch you, but they want you to touch yourself. They want you to do something where you can be put in a bad light. You get what I'm saying? So they could say, hey, she had emotional reaction. She think everybody's after her. We don't feel safe around her. Y'all please do something about it. You get what I'm saying? But I have to document this. Y'all, let me know, David. Let me know if you have any questions because this is going to have to be a story time, unfortunately. It's too long. It's too all over the place. You have not answered my question. Why do you feel like these people have chosen you as a target? Okay, because they're getting paid, Joseph. This woman had, not Joseph, David. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about my old property manager, my old maintenance person. David, I've been chosen because one, I stick out. One, I'm a threat. I'm physically a threat. I'm attractive. I say to myself, I don't have any family. I don't have any friends. I was the perfect target. I was a perfect target because I had no alliances outside of my boyfriend. On top of it, I made a issue with a narcissist that I think she's a narcissist. And she's paying these people in gift cards and in money and in favors to follow me around. That's why they have chosen me, because I'm a great target. I don't have family. She's seen that I didn't have family on Christmas coming in. She's seen that I didn't have a bunch of friends. She's seen that I enjoyed my isolation, right? I was already on her bad side, but she needed to observe to see if she could get rid of me. That's why she pretended to be a normal tenant for 8 to 9 months. You get what I'm saying to you? So David, let me know. That's why I was a perfect target. They've chosen me because a narcissist chosen me, and the narcissist is paying them to target for what? What do you feel like their end goal is? Their end goal is, you see how, David, you see how you don't believe anything that I'm saying, right? If I went and told this to a cop, do you know what a cop would do? A cop would put me in a mental institution. If I reacted emotionally right now, right? If I go outside my apartment and I start yelling or I accuse anybody of anything directly, they would put me into a mental institution. They're waiting for a reaction, right? They already have a narrative. She's already gotten her witnesses. Their end goal is to put me in a mental institution or in jail, saying, hey, the things that you're saying could cause harm to yourself or harm to someone else. That is their end goal. You don't have to understand, David, but I'm just explaining it to you. Because the more I try to make you understand is the more you're going to refuse to understand. And I'm not going to deal with people like you anymore. You either get it or you don't. You just not the chosen one. You don't get it. And I don't have time to, I need all my special people at the front. People who provoke jealousy into others, or they provoke. And David, please look at my channel. You'll see why I'm the chosen one. You see how I look, see how I come off. I don't kiss ass, and I isolate, and I enjoy my isolation. Look at my channel. I'm sure you can find some reasons why somebody would be jealous of me. And I don't kiss ass. So you know that in America you gotta kiss ass to get ahead. You gotta kiss ass for people to like you. And I don't kiss ass. I don't kiss ass. I say what's on my mind, and if I don't like somebody, you're gonna know about it. People don't like that shit. That's one thing I learned from this situation, is not that I was wrong for not liking her. I was wrong for letting her know that by my face expression that I didn't like her. Because I knew the shit that she did to the people in this building, to innocent people. She got innocent people fired because they were trying to do their job the right way. And she was controlling them, telling them not to clean, telling them not to order things when they knew that was in their job duty. And she fired them because she couldn't control them the way that she's controlling people now. This is a covert narcissist. I've dealt with narcissists my whole life, since birth. And when narcissists feel like they can't control you, they discard you. And they create an unbelievable situation where nobody believes you. David, please, if you're still around, Let me know. Maybe you got more questions for me. You got any more questions, David? Did you leave? Let me know, David. Anyone for the chat? Do you want to know what this is about, chat? Since you guys came online, the 4 people. If you feel nobody's going to believe you, why are you going on here talking about it? Because I have to document. Because when you bully somebody and something happens to them, the cops are going to know, why did this person take their life? Or why did this person end up in this situation? Regardless of what happens here, right? And I don't believe anything will happen to me because I'm protected by Jesus. If something was to happen, I have all this documentation in my phone. I have documentation besides just lives, by the way, saying my viewpoints of what's been going on to me in this building, right? So regardless if the situation sounds unbelievable to you, you can see how coherent I'm speaking, right? You see, I'm speaking perfect English. I'm not blabbering all over the place. So even if my situation sounds unbelievable, somebody will still look into it. Because if you bully somebody to their demise, you can still go to jail for it. Do you understand that? There was somebody that was on TikTok who hurt themselves because people pushed them to their demise. So even if they never touched me, if something happens to me because of them, they can still go to jail. Do you understand? You don't have to touch someone to go to jail. If you push them to a point where they feel like they had no other choice, she will go to jail, and so would all her proxies go to jail as well. Which is why they want to have a hands off. They want me to feel like I'm paranoid and I'm insane. And see, people like you, David, they love people like you because why? You're siding with them. And David, I don't want your energy on my channel. I'm asking you right now, David, you can just go. I don't want your energy on my channel. Actually, you can go. Thank you for your commentary, but you can go. I don't need your energy. I hope you left already. I'm not gonna force, I've been through that process where I'm forcing people to believe me. I'm not gonna force you guys. For the ones who look good as fuck, who make a lot of money, who when they walk in a room, everybody's staring at them before they even said a word, you understand what jealousy at that level is like. When you don't kiss ass and you make enemies because of it, or you stick to your guns, say, I don't fuck with that person, I don't give a fuck about what title they got, then guess what? You're gonna make enemies in this life. My only mistake was letting her know that she was my enemy. That was my only mistake that I did with her and her sister. But I don't regret not fucking with her, because that bitch is evil. She's evil. And she's paid these people off. She has somebody living next to me. This chick doesn't even go to work. Her job is just to watch my in and outs. That's her job. She don't go to work. She don't go to work. Somebody say, oh, maybe she go to college. She don't go to no damn college. Because once the gang stalkers are ready to show themselves, you will see that a lot of them are getting benefits from the cult leader. A lot of them don't even go to work. A lot of them, this is their job to just fuck with you. Maybe they got their parents paying their rent and half of the rent is discounted by her. She's a property manager. Of course, if she has access to resources, nobody's watching her, right? If nobody's watching somebody, right, there are likely chances that they could be doing things that's not so good to other people. Right? If they're really good with their words and they can get people to believe certain things, why is it so far-fetched that somebody is capable of evil things? Why? It's not far-fetched to me. We all got skeletons. So why don't you feel like somebody who has no oversight is not capable of documenting and creating a narrative if they don't like somebody to get rid of them? Why? When we know the history of this country. We know the history of this country. We know how people operate. See, they can't hang you no more, right? So what do? They use social currency. They drop your social currency and they say, hey, this person's not a good person. They did this, they did that. If I did something that was so wrong to these people, why not go to the police officer? Why not say, hey, I have proof that this individual has done this and that to other people, right? Why haven't they done that? They're doing an unofficial investigation into me and my boyfriend. That's what they're doing. And it's not just me they're following. They've been following him. At first, I thought it was just some petty girl thing. Like, you know how girls come together and they talk shit. If you feel nobody's going to believe you, why? Oh, this is another. I already read that comment. But you guys, I'm going to go now. I really just came here to document once again, not for anybody to believe me, but for me to make a record of myself that this is happening to me. Because I believe me. I believe me. Sometimes I don't know if I believe myself, but I gotta believe in what's going on here because you guys look this up. This is a real thing. Gang stalking is a real thing. Please look into, even if you don't believe anything that I'm saying, please look into gang stalking. Please look into what it does to an individual. Please, if you don't get anything from this live, please look into gang stalking. Please look into the organizations that use gang stalking. FBI, police officers, war criminals, it's a Germany tactic. Please look into it. Please, I don't want this to ever happen to anybody. Please, if you don't get nothing from this live, please look into it. Look at it. Look on YouTube. Look in TikTok. Just type in the word gang stalking. Type in the word gang stalking victims. You don't even gotta believe me. Just do the research. Do the research. That's fine. But David, I want you to do the research for yourself. Clearly, you're very interested. Whether you're interested in what I'm saying, regardless if you don't believe me or not. So do the research. Do the research so you're aware. I don't want nobody to believe me if they don't. I just want y'all to do the research at least. I think that's where I'm going to go into this. I'm not going to make people try to believe me anymore. I think I had it all messed up. Be aware. Be aware that there is things out there in life that you can't understand with your mind. I just want y'all to look up gang stalking. Please look up gang stalking, group stalking, gang stalking victims, whistleblowers, truth tellers, what happens to people like that. Look up chosen ones. Look up targeted individuals. Just look it up. Please, David. If there's anything that you do today, you could say, hey, I don't like her. I don't like you. You could say, David, you could say, oh, girl, I don't like you. I don't believe shit you say. You're back shit crazy. At least do your research, right? That's what smart people do, David. If you're smart, David, at least do your research. And then say in your heart that, oh, this chick is crazy. But do your research first. Do your research before you open up your mouth and discount someone's experience. Thankfully, I'm somebody who's mentally strong, so I don't need your commentary. But somebody else that would probably need you to even listen to them, you would probably really hurt their feelings. Thankfully, I'm past that. Thank you guys. Subscribe and like.